Hey guys, it's Dr. McDade here, and welcome and I'm so happy that you could join us and watch this video. And I am super excited to be talking with Jeremie Brecheisen. And Jeremie and I became involved with one another a few months ago when he did a podcast for a private membership group that I'm in, and he works for a company called StrengthFinders, and it's a really an analytics and advisory company that helps Fortune 500 companies like Facebook and Yahoo, Virgin Airlines, all kinds of companies like that, really goes in and helps them become increase their performance at work so that they're a successful company. And that's how I got involved with him. And then when we started talking a little bit, he found out a little bit more about the vision and mission that we have in our practice to help people in our community make informed choices and get the information that they need to stay healthy as a family. And I found out that he also is one of the top leaders for doTerra essential oils. So I said, dude, do you think you could come to my office? And he said, I would love to come to your office. And as a matter of fact, as I found out through talking with Jeremie, he really travels the world teaching people how to use essential oils. He's been using them in his personal life for about 6 years. And him and his wife have come up with what I think is a really cool system to help people not only buy essential oils, but actually figure out how to use them for self-care, healthcare, and also home care so that they can really take full advantage of those benefits. And Jeremie's going to be in our office on October 5th and October 6th. If you haven't got the emails or saw that information and you want to learn more after this short little video, then I'm going to definitely invite you to send me an email or give me a call, and I'll leave that contact information in the comments below so that we can figure that all out. But Jeremie right now is booked. He's coming here in October, but he is booked every weekend through Thanksgiving, teaching all over the world. So, Jeremie, thanks for coming on and doing this video with us. And
yeah, it's great to be.
The first little video that we're going to go through, because Jeremie found out more about my practice and found out we work with a lot of neurodevelopmental issues, kids with ADHD, autism, and anxiety, those types of things. So he said, you know what, doTerra's got some essential oils that are great for that type of thing. So he's going to share with us the top 3 oils for those conditions.
Yeah, so let me just share this kind of a little bit of a preview and talk about that. So the first one I want to talk about is actually doTerra's like a brand new oil that they released, an oil that we've been using for quite a while and we love. It's called Copaiba. Now some people are saying Copaiba. There's different ways to pronounce it, but the actual tree is from Brazil, and in Brazil they call it Copaiba. So I like to pronounce it the way they do. And it comes from the resin of a tree. Now, the main thing that Copaiba has in it that's really helpful is cannabinoids. Now, cannabinoids are found in a lot of different plants besides marijuana. And so it just so happens that Copaiba has more than 55% of what's called BCP, which is a kind of cannabinoid, or otherwise known as beta-caryophyllene. And that means it's getting the results of CBD oil, but it doesn't have the THC. It doesn't have any sort of, you don't have to worry about failing a drug test. You don't have to worry about any psychedelic effect. It comes without the moral stigma that often comes along with using CBD oil. So you get all of the benefits and 0 of the downsides. So Copaiba oil is extremely helpful for things like inflammation, but it's really good with mental health and neurodevelopment because it helps with focus and concentration. It helps with anxious feelings, so that anxiety. It can also help a ton with aches and pains. But a couple other things is it really can help with mood and behavior and compulsive behaviors. There's been a ton of research around how Copaiba helps with things like Tourette syndrome. So Copaiba is like one of the top oils that I would recommend when it comes to oils that you would use to address mental health and neurodevelopment issues. Now, the next one, number 2, is frankincense. Of course, most people know about frankincense because it was given to Jesus in the Bible. But frankincense is an essential oil that is often referred to as the king of oils because many people say that if they had to get rid of all essential oils and they could only keep one, frankincense would be the answer. So frankincense comes also from the resin from the frankincense tree. It comes from two places, Somalia and Oman. So it comes from that part of the world over the Middle East and Africa. And it is used mainly to help reduce stress reactions and negative emotions. It's mood balancing, and it promotes healthy cell repair and growth. So it helps the body go through what is supposed to be a very healthy life cycle of the cell, especially the death, which is called apoptosis. And you want that to happen, because if your cells that start to deform or aren't where they're supposed to be, or have come to the end of their life, aren't dying off, they start to do funky things in your body. So frankincense is super important. It's usually one of the oils that we recommend as almost a base or a stabilizing foundation upon which to build a daily regimen and protocol. So frankincense is amazing. And the third oil, it's hard to choose top 3 oils. It really isn't a top 3 oils. It's like a top 10 oils. But I'm just going to tell you one more.
Okay.
And I'll say wild orange. Now, wild orange comes from oranges, of course, and typically Florida is one of the places where we get those. We also get them from a place in South America. And wild orange is something that I use to manipulate my children. Now, what I mean by that, some of you may have woken up in the morning and you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or whatever, for whatever reason, you woke up in a bad mood and there was no good reason for it. It's just chemicals, right? And they're manipulating you to be in a bad mood. Well, with my kids, about 15 minutes before we're going towards some sort of transition time. So think about this from the perspective of neurodevelopment. Transition times can be very difficult. So being able to say, hey, we can diffuse this 15 minutes before it's time to do that, or we can put a drop on their hands 15 minutes before it's time to do that and say, listen, in 5 minutes, it's going to be time to turn off the TV and eat dinner, or we're going to leave the house. That's really tough for children dealing with neurodevelopment issues, children dealing with autism. To leave the house can be hard. So helping them through that by having an oil that goes in and goes into the brain and creates a chemical reaction that produces GABA, which reduces stress, and increases serotonin, which increases happiness, can be really helpful. And you can be in a good mood for no good reason at all, just as much as you can wake up on the wrong side of the bed and be in a bad mood for no good reason at all. It's chemicals, and you can create chemical reactions on purpose. So those are 3 of the essential oils that I think are really important. My top 3 would probably change every now and then, because again, it's probably a bigger list that's the top 10. But Copaiba, frankincense, and wild orange are the 3 that I think can have a huge impact on helping people with mental health and helping people who are dealing with neurodevelopment issues.
That sounds awesome, Jeremie. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing those with us. And I understand trying to whittle anything down into the top 3 of the best products for a specific situation is tough. But I love the orange. I love burning that in my office as well. Maybe that's why, because the GABA. Anyways, GABA and serotonin. If you guys want to learn more about actually applying this in your day-to-day lifestyle as a natural alternative to medication, or just to help improve your overall quality of life, and not only for healthcare, but as Jeremie shared with me, you can use it for cleaning products, self-care products, all kinds of other ways to use it. Make sure you join us either October 5th at 6:30 p.m. here in my office, or on Friday, October 6th at 12:30. So we're trying to offer those 2 different times for evening and also lunchtime, afternoon time. Okay. Thanks again, Jeremie. I will talk to you soon.
All right.